Hey everyone, I'm Bill. I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage, and welcome to the future. That's right, this intro I had to reshoot from yesterday's video, where yesterday I spent 3 hours putting Bonamici rear sets on my bike. Now the reason why I redid the intro for you guys today is the intro yesterday was completely incorrect, and I wanted to make sure I gave you guys a true review and my opinion on the Bonamici rear sets. So we've got them installed. I'm gonna move to the outro, so watch the video, watch my struggle, watch my complaining. I apologize, there's not too many of these videos, but let's get to the outro. Let's take a look at the bike with the rear sets on, and I'll explain everything. All right, so we're gonna get everything cut open and laid out basically in the same exact spot, so that way we can kind of keep everything, get our little razor blade. I have always in the past, when we did most of the time when we do the rear sets, I always complain about how poorly they put these things together and how they just kind of throw them in basically a bag and let you put them together. So it is a nice relief to see that Bonamici put these together. So we've got our brake side here, and nice tiny little heel rest. Wow, look at how small they are. And then we've got our shifter side, again, pretty much completely put together. So we've got our shift side, our rods, so we'll assign these to which side goes where. This looks like it will be our brake side, and this looks like it will be our shifter side. And we've got our shift rod, and I'm not sure what this is. So we're gonna put that in the middle. And last but not least, we have our toe shifters and our rear pegs. And so it's a little weird because the rear pegs are two different sizes. So I'm not sure which size goes where. I'm not sure why they would be two different sizes. And we have two what looks to be identical rear pegs, toe pegs. And then we have our final baggie of goodies, which will be ancillary bolts, instructions, looks like some brake tubes. And put these out here. All right, so we've got everything unpacked and the instructions. Well, it looks like there's still a lot of assembling to do. So we're gonna go through this and make sure we've got it assembled. But what's nice is they've got the right side. This is the brake side on one side of the paper. And then on the other side is the shifter side. And you know, some of this stuff is still already put together. So you can see here, we've got basically our shifter side and then our brake side and then a couple added components here, which we'll have to put together. But all in all, it looks like it's pretty easy. So let's get these things completely assembled and ready to bolt on. So we're gonna time lapse through this. And if I come across anything that's like a snag, I will let you guys know. All right, I'm gonna take back a little bit what I said on that this looks easy. And thank you, Bonamici, for putting everything together for us. I take it all back. The instructions, there's no wordings on the instructions like always. There's a list of bolts, but there's just all the bolts were thrown in a baggie. So it's a little bit difficult to identify everything. So I want to stop and do step by step so you guys can understand it. Hopefully this turns out okay. So this is the shifter side, and you'll see the little flared side goes in here, which goes on the slide side. There's a little black piece, and then the other flare side. So this peg had a bolt already in it. So you're going to take the bolt off, put it on the black piece, and then on the shifter side, you're going to take the flared nut here, and you're going to install it in the silver piece, which will allow this thing to slide basically. So that's your adjustment. So that's your clutch side. Then when you go to your brake side, they've decided to use a different bolt. It is not like a flared bolt. It's just a standard Allen bolt. And again, you're going to use the bolt, the flared bolt that was already in the foot peg, mounted to the black piece that slides on the one side, which allows you to adjust this. You can see that you can adjust the toe peg. And then what you're going to do is mount that bolt through to the silver piece in the back. So now we have both toes set up and ready to get on to mounting the toe piece to this, so that all works. So I'll be right back. Okay, I swear I cannot make this shit up. I swear that all of the rear set manufacturers, Woodcraft, Bonamici, they have a conference every year and they figure out how to make your life absolutely miserable. Bonamici, I am super, super disappointed. First of all, the engineer that designed this sheet clearly didn't talk to the person that made these, because the pictures of how these are put together is completely different than actually how they go together. So I'm not tripping. Ducati Streetfighter V4, there's only one ever made. And if you guys look at the rear peg, you'll see that the end cap comes off and the bolt goes through and locks in at the very back side, correct? Right, this would make sense that this cap would come off, right? And that the bolt goes through so you can take these off if need be. Not that the bolt goes through the rear. I mean, the bolt can go through the rear because we're not, you know, it's unlike, so we're changing this whole bracket piece to move the rear set. Unlike these, if we want to change these, we have to take the whole rear set off to change these. This is the Tuono. For this is all set. So this is all, these will never move. But on the directions, it tells you to put the bolt through the peg and into it. But in fact, it actually goes backwards. So what are you talking about? And then all of these other things, I can't get, like, I don't even know where this goes. It doesn't, this isn't on the diagram. And it shows like a flared bolt. For this side, it shows that a flared bolt or a flat bolt goes through here, right? It shows a flat bolt goes through there, but this is a flared bolt that's the only length that would fit, and it really doesn't go all the way. It doesn't go all the way. So you can see it's not all the way threaded through. And there's no other longer bolt that will fit in that. That goes over there. So don't pay attention to that. So I just get at my wit's end when it comes to how these, like, if it's this hard to do it for us. Send it all packaged. Send it so I can rip it off and mount it. What's the need for this? Sorry, I'm ranting, I'm venting. I hate it. But for $800, I shouldn't be sitting here for, it's been a half an hour. So don't go and buy these. Don't buy Bonamici. Don't buy rear sets. Another half an hour, so I'll be back. All right, so I've had to do some finagling, and I finally got the right side, brake side, kind of on there. That's just got to be bolted up. But I don't even know what to say. I'm just so disappointed to pay so much that I have, and for your instructions to be, all right, I won't rant. Okay, the brake switch. Here's your brake switch on your old one, and there is no place, so you guys know, you will lose your rear brake light because there's no place to put a switch here. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is back here, try to get this focused up, back here you'll see this little screw, and it's adjustable, but you can see when you push the brake lever, I think it's a stop to keep the peg from coming up. So I've got to figure out how to adjust that. I'm not too sure. It's still kind of just put together, but the spacer that was here on your stock rear sets, which basically kind of goes, I think it goes through here. Sorry. Through there. So right there, the spacer needed to come out and it was Loctited in, so that was kind of a pain in the butt. And then the spring goes in, and then they give you this spacer there that allows the brake to work because your pedal is down further, I guess. I don't understand it. So this is just kind of thrown together. I still have to Loctite everything. So if you guys are into this, I think you're going to lose your brake switch because there is no place for the brake switch. And then, yeah, I don't even know what to say. So I'm going to pull it back off, get everything Loctited, get this Loctited, figure out this bracket back here. So I'll probably be back and show you this bracket thing and see if I can figure it out, and then get everything Loctited back up and then back on and Loctited on. All right, last shoot on this one, and then we'll get it buttoned up. So again, you're gonna you lose your brake switch. It's inevitable. There is no brake switch for this side. Now, I kind of thought this was for the brake switch because this was actually mounted the other way and tightened down from Bonamici, but it looks like this is supposed to adjust the height of your brake switch stop. So you can see the screw goes in. So I had to actually turn this 90 degrees and push it up against flat. So it's flat against the unit. And then you'll be able to adjust the height. So now what we're going to do is Loctite all of our bolts, make sure everything is Loctite, and then we'll get them on the unit and get the brake caliper or the piston, you know, the master all lined up and on there, and then we'll tidy everything up. Welcome back, and again, I apologize. I usually don't do these videos where I just really bash on a product, but I want you guys to understand everything that I've put on this bike, I've bought out of my own money. Bonamici did not give me these rear sets, so I want you guys to understand, if you guys are interested in these Bonamici rear sets, please beware. Now, if you guys want to take a look, I will show you. The brake side took me about almost 2 hours to figure out how to get installed. The reason is because there was some hardware missing, and the instructions that I said in the video were like the dude that wrote the instructions and the dude that designed these didn't even talk like before this. So the instructions were just very, very bad. And so figuring it out was just kind of crazy. Now, what I don't understand is why not take the rear sets and actually build them for the customer, because they give you a box big enough that you can put the rear sets in. It's not like they like compact them down. So one of the things you do lose is you do lose the brake. There is no brake switch, which really kind of sucks. Not that I use the rear brake much, but every once in a while I do tap the rear brake just to kind of give my brake a little, my light a little flash. But you are going to be losing your rear brake light. And the finagling, basically, this is all the struggle that I had because there was a nut missing and the spacer wasn't defined that it needed to go on this side, so I couldn't get it all to work. And then the switch down here, which actually stops the brake from going, you know, from the pedal. It's just a lot of adjustments that were needed on this side. So we've got everything on, and I think adjustment is good. Let's go over to the shifter side. Shifter side was a little bit more basic, except the spacer on this side really wasn't defined on which side it goes on. So I believe it goes on the inner side. And this bolt looks like it needed to go here because this bolt doesn't look like it's long enough, but then this bolt isn't long enough down there. So anyways, and then the adjustment on the rod, quite difficult. You're going to have to actually take your rear set off if you do want to adjust the height of the peg. But I think I've got it down pretty good. So this was about another hour, hour and a half of fussing with this side. So if you guys are looking to get these Bonamici rear sets, just understand it's going to take you guys some time. And again, you know, I buy this with my own money. So, you know, it really sucks to spend $800 on a set of rear sets and have them as difficult as they are. The rear set should be an hour install. It's probably the longest install on anything, except for maybe the master. I did the master and the clutch, which took me about 3 hours to do both the master and the clutch. So I apologize. Just beware if you guys are getting the Bonamicis. Hopefully Bonamici sees this. Hopefully you guys fix your problems, because it's ridiculous that you guys produced this and sent this out in this manner. So again, I apologize. I hope you guys still enjoyed the video. I've still got some stuff going on with the Streetfighter. We're getting ready to head out to Laguna Seca for the Ducati Revs event next week. So I've got a new rear tire coming because I want some fresh meat on the back. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash that like button. As always, ring that bell notification to get you guys some more content on this. Also, we have the MT-03. More parts came for the MT-03 today. So the MT-03 build is getting ready to kick off. So we're chopping that, we're fixing that, we're hacking that off, adding some stuff down here. Already added some stuff, adding some stuff, taking off, putting on. Already took some stuff on. But I know what you guys want. I know what you guys need. So right now, I'm going to give you exactly what you want to end this video. A nice cold start. Good, I gotta say. So super happy, but again, do the normal, and we'll see you guys next video. Bye guys.